We can keep talking about that. I want to look it up.
We
Yeah,
got
look up-
live. GhettoRig episode 108.
See, you can like buy them secondhand. Like, there's these ones. I don't think they're necessarily genuine, but they have like Tudor branding on them and everything, and they have the clasp for like $40 on Etsy.
I like that one, the middle one, the brown with the
Looks
brown
like
stitching.
Yeah. That looks
Yeah.
nice. You can get them, man. You don't have to pay
Yeah.
as much as you thought, probably.
Guys, let me point this out real quick. Vitality, sponsor, flood it in a stream. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna turn on the stream so I can see your comments, guys. When you do comment,
Should have it here on the monitor in a second. Looks like Mickey's bringing it up.
but my fucking old ass can't see that far. So,
Bro, we even brought the monitor closer for you. You still can't see it?
nah, dog, I'm blind as shit. Not really blind, but whatever.
All right.
I think you are pretty blind, actually.
So what's going on, guys?
Nothing.
How
We
you
were
doing?
talking about watches and shit.
Yo, we're trying to figure out how the fuck NATO strap came about. Like,
Yeah.
what was the?
NATO strap.
Why is it called
watches?
NATO?
Can you
What does it
look
got to do with NATO to
Right.
begin with? You know what I
Right.
mean? You know,
Maybe they wore them for the war or something?
or like how does NATO strap originate? You know what I mean?
The strap was modified to uniquely represent different British military regiments, where the term NATO derives due to the alphanumeric code used by the British MOD to identify all the standardized material items on supply.
Okay, so it came from a British.
The way they'd like basically like we're putting it down in supplies, right? That's how they were recognizing it, I guess.
Well, that would make sense because they couldn't do leather back then, so they had to come up with something nylon, so it was probably tough.
You might
know?
looking up, where does NATO strap come from? Like, where did it start and why?
Yeah, so if it's military, like the only thing I can think of is it being actually versatile because they probably didn't have plastics by then.
The initial debut of the NATO strap was by the British Ministry of Defense, MOD, in 1973.
Yeah, there you
Back
go.
then, there was only one version. It had a singular tone, Admiralty Gray. That's what it is.
Okay.
Admiralty gray.
So
Admiral
it
is
initiated
on a
in,
shirt.
in Britain.
Yeah. What did it look like? Click on that article. Maybe it show us what it looked like. Yeah, look down. Yeah, there you go. So yours is the original NATO strap. Look at that.
Right, with the double buckle.
Yeah.
Right, and you see how they loop it through again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really about it for that.
Wait, but that goes under the
Bro, they're
things
probably
twice.
they probably put that shit on there for that watch to be like in the water, outside the water, like because you can't do that with leather. So they had to come up with something that's
Right.
a little more versatile because they
Right.
didn't have plastics back then, right? So
Is the NATO
That makes
strap
sense.
built of a specific material?
right
It's
now,
usually nylon.
yeah,
Usually like a
Nylon?
nylon textile material.
Okay.
I mean, we have one right here, so you can see if you want to
Yeah, I
look
was
at
checking it out earlier when I came in.
yeah.
it. I think the watch is too small for a NATO style strap, so it looks kind of bulky
No,
on
well,
it.
see, like that watch right
It-
there. That's a small
it
watch right
kinda-
there.
It does
Looks like
kind
a
of remind
Hamilton
me
khaki.
of like a Caribbean look, you know, something
Click-
subtle, like you're stuck on an island.
Click
Yeah,
on that.
it's known for being on field watches a lot, so yeah.
Third row down, to the left. Yeah. See, that's a small watch on that strap.
Right. That's an old Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. What size is that? Is that 18? The strap?
Yes, it's an 18 millimeter. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that watch is not meant for that kind of strap. I had to like take off the lug rods and like jam them in there because there's not enough space.
Yeah, so
for the
that's
thing
what
in.
that's what I was gonna go for. That's actually what I was gonna tell you. It's probably because it's too big for it.
Yeah.
You probably need to go down to like a 16.
No, I don't think that it's too wide for it because it matches the lugs. The lug's an 18 millimeter lug. But what I was saying is that the watch itself doesn't have the distance between the holes and the case of the watch to actually take a NATO strap. Like I couldn't just route it through there. I had to actually take it off the thing and jam them in there because there's
So
not
they're
really
too
space.
thick?
Yeah, the watch. Let me see the watch, Miggy.
Too thick, what you're saying?
Look, try and like move the watch in between.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. It's stuck right now. It's that stiff.
Yeah.
You see
'Cause
what I
it
mean?
might
It's
be
not
too
meant
thick,
for a
yeah.
strap like that. Doesn't
No,
have
it's
the
not.
space.
I can see these things are bending too.
Right. Good thing that came with more.
Yeah.
those things bend anyways. That one, actually when I
That is
found
not
that
moving,
watch, the springs that were bent on it were actually bent to size. Listen to this shit. The bars that were in there originally when I found that watch in my dad's closet, I went to replace them at Arthur's house, right? And Arthur has a bunch of the extra bars, and I'm matching the size to the ones that were in there that were all bent up, like really bent, right? And I'm like, okay, found the right size. When I try to put the same ones that were in there before, they wouldn't go in. And I'm like, And I'm looking at them like, wait, these are bent like this on purpose to fit the fucking watch.
No, I think it's just your dad from
No,
wearing it.
no, no, no,
bent
no,
the
no,
shit out
because
of it.
of the way the bend was. It was really directly in the middle.
Yeah.
And like I said, I found a bar that was the same size as those, and it wouldn't fit. I had to find one size smaller to get them in there. The thing, they were bent like that to be able to fit in there. That's what it seems like because the
To
way
give
they
it
were,
the little-
yeah, because the way that they were bent was not like the strap was pulling on it. No, it looks like they have a single bend point in the middle to get in there. Because it was literally like it was bent in the middle. It wasn't like it was curved like uniform from the strap or anything. No.
Maybe that those loops are there for you to adjust the size of it if it's too big.
Apparently, so what I was seeing, I watched a couple videos, right? And so at first I just had it like this, right? Like how you saw that one picture was where it was just double routed through here. And I saw some guy say that you put it through here so the watch isn't constantly loose here. What happens is when you put it here and you tighten it up, it creates tension on both the top and the bottom so it doesn't keep moving around. But yeah.
Makes sense.
And it kind of hides one of the buckles so the strap doesn't look as bulky. Because when they're both sitting on top and one of them is just loose, it looks very bulky, I feel like. That's why I had it sitting like this. I don't know. I think maybe just going back to a normal strap. Like maybe staying nylon or leather, but just a normal strap, not the NATO style, is what this watch needs.
Did you guys hear today about the Guayaquil, Ecuador news station? They got hostaged.
Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, go ahead. Say that. Talking about the hostage. Go ahead.
So a bunch of gang members raided the television news channel, and while they were live, took them hostage.
Shit.
I just was reading through, and they actually did get arrested. But they were live, pointing like a shotgun, couple guns.
What was what were they trying to achieve? But fucking taking a radio station.
It was regarding the government. They wanted to stop a 60-day something that the president was imposing. I don't remember exactly what it was for. Let me look into it a little bit more here.
Yeah. So talking about that Iowa shooting, it kind of came out and then died down. Nobody's really talking about it.
I never heard of it. Iowa shooting? Which one?
So there was an Iowa shooting.
What happened? I don't know. I didn't hear about it.
Go ahead. So Miggy pulled the shit up. So go ahead. Let's finish this one and then we'll go to the other one.
Got you.
So, Guayaquil, Quito, January 9th, a live broadcast by Ecuadorian television station TC was interrupted on Tuesday by armed people with gunshots and yelling heard on live feed as President Daniel Noboa issued a decree declaring 22 gangs as terrorist organizations.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
Got you. Iowa shootings. What happened there?
So go to Iowa shooting. So there was a mass shooting in Iowa. I think a couple of students passed. Well, they were shot, and then a couple were injured.
A small town in Iowa is stunned, but pulling together after a school shooting in which a 17-year-old killed a 6th grade student and wounded 7 other people before authorities say he died on a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Many questions remain about how the shooting unfolded and what might have led up to it, but a few details have emerged. Here's some things to know about Thursday's shooting at Perry High School.
Read it.
According to authorities and school officials, a teenage student armed with a pump-action shotgun and a small-caliber handgun opened fire
Probably
at Perry
22.
High School just after 7:30 a.m. Thursday, shortly before classes were set to begin on the first day back after winter break. Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation spokesman Mitch Mordvet said that the shooting started in the cafeteria where students from several grades were eating breakfast, then spilled outside the cafeteria. The student who was killed, 11-year-old Amir Jolliffe, was shot 3 times, though details about where he was at the time have not been released. Perry High School principal Dan Marburger and 6 others, including 2 staff members and 4 teenage students, suffered injuries ranging from significant to minor. The high schooler, identified as the shooter, Dylan Butler, died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. Butler also had what authorities called a rudimentary improvised explosive device that was safely disarmed. Police said they believe Butler acted alone.
He had an explosive with him.
Yeah.
Damn.
So here is the problem. You know how like there will be a shooting and they'll blast it over TV, over the news, and that's all they're talking about for the next 2 weeks.
But recently, the past few years, with the amount of shootings we have, I feel like most of the time shootings, unless there's some kind of extreme variable that like catches major news, most of the time it kind of stays local. Like for example, we talked about a shooting that gone
let
around
me tell
here
you
in
this,
Tampa
and
Bay.
let me tell you this, and see what you guys think. Apparently, they found out that this kid was identifying as non-binary, so he was not identifying or identified as LGBTQ HDTV, you know. So do you think that had anything to do with this not hitting mainstream news?
I don't. No, I think that's actually probably one of the things that would have, one of the variables that would have made it hit mainstream news. And I mean,
but that's the whole thing, right? So to me, that's not becoming a gun issue anymore. This is becoming a mental health issue.
We've known this for a while.
Issue,
No, we've known this for a long time, Jay.
So if it's becoming a mental health issue, I would like to hear the other side. What are they saying? Are they justifying this? Are they saying, well, he needed mental help? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we're all saying he needed mental help. We know that.
Well, we say that.
Yeah,
we say that, but a lot of times I think on a like far left, they're usually like, take the guns away. It's because they bought it for free. Nobody's really talking about the mental health issue.
I think that even those people realize that the people going out and doing these crimes need mental help. Yeah, I think everyone across the board would agree with that statement. Regardless of your political positioning.
What a fucking coward goes in the cafeteria, shoots a bunch of people, and then offs himself.
This was the last picture that he took before the school shooting right here.
And now we wait. Yo, that's some fucking super villain shit right there.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, look, someone that's like sane wouldn't do some shit like they just wouldn't.
Of course not. Yeah,
they just wouldn't. I don't know. So I thought that was kind of interesting that little bit come out, and I don't know if it has anything to do with it.
I have something else political,
but
it's one of the Instagram things.
Let me bring another one up.
Go ahead.
Apparently, Elon Musk tweeted the other day, after I smoked with Joe Rogan, I've had numerous drug tests and all of them came out negative. So apparently people right now questioning him doing drugs, whether he's fit to lead.
This is coming out now?
Yes.
But they questioned whether he was fit to lead when that happened.
Do you think that has anything to do with X and new presidential election coming in 2024?
I think that
because he's allowing everybody like to be trolls now.
Right. So I think that alone by the way he's acted with X would be enough grounds for them to be like, yo, you're acting pretty like too playful with this, right? They usually like their people to be nice and serious and buttoned up. So when they start seeing a guy acting like this and allowing these things, saying the things he says, trolling, because he's a big fucking troll. Well, I love it. He's a comedian. If you ask me, he's hilarious.
Mean, he's technically bought X and he's allowing what like this free speech is.
Right, but not necessarily completely like Kick and Rumble are, right? Like it's not the same thing.
No. It's obviously it's not the same.
Right. So I don't.
Well, you can't like there's limits to free speech, right? Like when you're inciting violence, then that's
I think people like Elon are gonna constantly be questioned on whether or not they're fit to lead, regardless.
So that's what's
he smoked weed on Joe Rogan like 2-3 years ago, bro. Let it go.
Yeah, let me ask you this: do you give a shit if he smokes weed?
Nope.
Do you give a shit if he's done some sort of recreational mushrooms?
Nope.
You know for a fact this motherfucker's not in his office doing rails of cocaine.
Exactly.
So you really don't give a shit whether he's doing any of that, right?
Even if he was, Teslas drive great.
Not only that Teslas drive great, he's literally probably one of the most intelligent people on planet Earth right now.
I wouldn't say necessarily most intelligent.
You can't be a fucking idiot and create a $1 trillion company.
Well, that's true. You can't. He's not stupid. That's for sure.
Yeah, like no one is, We
were just talking about the other day. Someone was asking. We were talking about Mickey Mouse and all these things going open source. We're coming up. You know that. So they're gonna be making like Mickey Mouse horror movies and stuff. People are already planning to make.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about
How's ESPN looking at that? I mean, not ESPN. How's Disney reacting to that? Because Disney is super
they can't
left or
they
liberal.
can't do nothing about it. It's open source. They're allowed to use the material. It's simple as that. And we started looking into the laws of like open source and stuff, and someone was asking me like, "Oh, then how does that work with Tesla?" Because like I thought when it comes to something being open source, it had to be like at the owner's discretion. I was like, no, it depends on time, or it may be at owner's discretion. Like Tesla's an example where he from the get is saying it can be open source, right? There's no time limit on it or how long it's his technology, nothing. He said in like an interview I saw where it's like, if someone can take my technology and make it more efficient, that's going to be better for the world.
Correct.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and the whole Hyperloop thing, he let that out. And he's like, hey, here's the fucking drawings. If somebody builds it, you got 5 years. If you don't, I will.
Right. So then you have
now
also,
the Twitter stock has tanked.
Really?
Twitter stock has tanked.
Because they're questioning him?
Because they're questioning him, exactly. Now, I don't want to say anything because I don't want this to be any kind of advice on a stream. You know what I mean? But I think there might be opportunity there.
With Twitter stock? Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I haven't done the numbers. And he was the one originally when he came out, when I actually bought Twitter, and he was the one saying, hey, don't fucking buy it. It's too expensive. It's too overpriced. And he fired a bunch of people, and he's working only with a third of the staff that originally existed.
I remember when he was trying to, it was in the middle of the acquisition of Twitter, they told him something about like only a certain percent of users were bots, and when he had his own team look into it, or like he hired an investigator to look into it, it was like 70 to 80% of users were actually bots.
Yes.
Which I think when they originally said it was like 10 to 20.
Yeah. And he fucking cleaned all that shit up.
Yeah, so they were like overvaluing the company and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then he's letting people like Andrew Tate back on, and like all these people are going back on, and they're talking, right? And they're tweeting. And now he allowed more than fucking 120 whatever characters it was. Like they can actually write, respond back and forth. So that's interesting to me, like he's opening this up where both sides can come in together and have a discourse, whether it's trolling or discourse.
Right.
And then elections coming up, because when the last elections were happening, they had FBI out there when Jack Dorsey was in charge of Twitter. They were like confiscating files and all kinds of shit. Now it's all fucking open. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be interesting to see within the next couple of years what's going to happen with Twitter. And knowing Elon, he always does this. Like he'll get something, and because he sold his own shares. Like this was a big thing. Oh my God, Elon is selling his shares. The reason he did that is to finance half of it. And when people came in, like the investors that he found, because half of it was investors, half of it was him. And he was telling the investors, listen, this is very expensive. Like this is probably too expensive. You want to get part of it? You can, but it's too expensive. Right? So I think it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years with Twitter. I think it's a long
process to be able to clean up Twitter.
It's a long play for sure. It's not a like you have to be able to weather the storm with Twitter, because no one is saying it's
He bought a project.
He bought a fucking project, but he bought a project that everyone seems to fucking flock even more to it. Even more of the trolls are coming out. Even more people are tweeting. I mean, more actively tweeting, not necessarily more people, more actively tweeting, because Instagram came out with their threads and that fucking fell flat on their face.
Yeah.
No one, because apparently if you, in the beginning, I don't know if it's the same now, if you signed up for threads and you didn't want that anymore, you would have to forfeit your Instagram account.
Right.
Which is dumb to me. Like, what?
Well, it's kind of dumb to me for you to be like, I'm going to go as far as like deactivating the account and everything. Like, just leave it. Like, you don't use it anymore, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I did.
Right.
I mean, I still have threads, but I don't use it. It's just
exactly.
I have 2
Well,
threads.
Threads is like basically Twitter, but then they have to be subscribed to your threads in order to see your threads. But I, for example, don't need to be subscribed to, let's say, I don't know, fucking Jake Paul, but I can still see what he's tweeting, or Black China.
So Threads still has that.
You know what I'm saying?
You're looking at Black China tweets?
Well, no, not Black China. The reason I said Black China because Asian Doll, this girl is a rapper. Name 3 fucking songs of Asian Doll off the top of your head. I don't know if you can figure it out. So Asian Doll apparently brought back the beef that she had with Fresh and Fit. So what happened was she was invited to the stream.
I saw this.
She was invited to the stream. She comes in late, and there was this other girl that was completely drunk, and these guys done told her like 5 or 6 times, "Hey, listen, you're drunk. You need to even let other people talk, or you can't." And she sits down, and this girl says something dumb again, and one of the guys goes, "Hey, cut it off." And it's like, she's like, "You're mean." He's like, "What? You just came to my show, number one. Number two, you're late as fuck, and you're gonna come out here and tell me how to run my fucking show? Who the fuck do you think you are?"
I saw
And
that
then
they
she
were
brought
going
that
back
shit
on
back
Twitter,
up because I think like, she's supposedly this rapper that nobody fucking knows anything about, right? Her engagement, like a lot of people went in and was like, well, she's got millions of subscribers and you only have 60,000 subscribers, so who's more relevant, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't have the engagement, so she brought that shit back up to get people fucking talking, bring back to her. It's like a common tactic that in the industry they'll use, you know what I mean?
Speaking of shit, did you guys see the French farmers doing what they were doing?
Yeah, but the political stuff you were talking about?
Yeah, that's
okay,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. I've seen that, yeah.
The Miggy saw that, so it's pulled up one of the articles, one of the Instagram first ones. Maybe that one.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Play.
You can play it. You don't have to put the sound. The sound's not necessary.
So
These guys apparently are protesting about high prices on everything when it comes to taxes, fees, even diesel apparently has gone up in so much price. They are basically covering government property in shit.
cow manure or horse manure, like literally, that's what they're on now, like human feces and shit.
Yeah, look at this shit. Oh, trash.
Garbage, trash.
Yeah, they're shredding trash and throwing it all over the place. And this is like a lot. I saw an article talking about at one place they saw more than like 80 tractors. And then in this video, you can see towards the end, it's a lot. Like these motherfuckers are squatted. They are clicked up. They are ready to do damage. France, you better start checking your shit because
this is a result of what?
Basically high price of taxes, fees on different things. I'm assuming for licenses. It also said diesel is high in price, and basically everything's just too expensive for these guys to operate. And so
Aren't we advocating for higher taxes for rich people in the United States?
What do you think? We don't know what's going on over there.
Here's the thing with France, right? Like they're protesting. Great, taxes are high. I understand. So what is French government supposed to do if their GDP is that?
Hey man, the French are
I just thought it was
but
funny.
they're actually putting shit out.
It is funny. It is funny at the end of the day, but this just shows you that these people have no fucking understanding of how economics works. Like, yes, is the government probably siphoning some money? Probably, you know, but the amount of money that they're siphoning is not what they think they're siphoning.
I mean, who knows? Like, it's hard. Like when it's probably like some French diplomat or a political guy was out on a beach somewhere and pissed all of them off. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm saying.
Who knows what
like,
happened
what
here?
is French government gonna do? Print more fucking money? That's gonna tank their economy. You don't just do these things. Like, okay, they fucking slap feces all over the place. Okay, great. And then what? What has changed?
This is another thing. This is real quick. We can look at. This is apparently there was this gas leak in this town somewhere, and everyone thought it was just like a heavy fog that settled in, but it wasn't.
Somebody
it was
lit a
actually gas. Bro, this shit is scary. This is scary. Bruh.
That's like...
I take the shit in France over this.
That's like that little man with a mustache did, huh?
The Fallout?
Yeah. No.
The Fallout game?
The little man that shall remain unnamed.
Oh, the little man with the mustache.
With the mustache that shall remain unnamed.
Yes.
That fucking psychopath.
He would do some shit like that, right?
He would have done some shit like that, yeah. Wow. So, yeah, what was the other Instagram post you had? There was another one. The very first one, Miggy. No, you had it open already.
On the...
Yeah. What is that?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's the same
French
thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you had with that watch?
Oh, so we talked about this watch, and I was mentioning how I knew that it was... it's that watch right there, Miggy. It's already pulled up, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about this watch, and it's not that expensive. We mentioned it's like, I think it's less than 80,000, which for a Jacob & Co. like limited edition watch is not the highest price tag you'll see. But it's actually an homage to this Walkman watch from back in the day that I guess it's one of the things that inspired him into watchmaking.
Those are Hebrew numbers?
Yes, they are Hebrew numbers from what it
cool.
looks like. And then on the top you have a Roman numeral dial. So this is basically a dual time zone watch. It came out. See if you can scroll down, Miggy. Let's see. It's an old watch.
You're looking for when it came out?
Not that one.
Go back up. Go back up.
homage.
Go back up. Go back up a little bit. Right there. Read something with the Jewish law. Right there. That sentence. Read that. That seems interesting.
So it looks like at age 13, Jacob was gifted this Walkman dual time zone by Nissan Arabov, which was his father. Okay, this is Jacob's father. His father gifted him this watch when he was 13 years old. And so, yeah, this is... I can't find... No, it doesn't say when the watch was made. I'll look it up, though.
I can look it up for you.
Gotcha. Walkman dual time zone. WAKMANN. Yeah. It's a cool looking watch. Definitely got that vintage look to it.
It's 1960s. Walkman Swiss dual time zone.
Okay. 1960s. That's an old fucking watch.
So it's right around that
old
time.
vintage ones.
Mm-hmm. That looks cool. Go down. That looks cool. Not gonna lie. 600. Is it quartz?
See, that one's got the English dial on it. So it looks like the one that was gifted to Jacob had a special.
Because it was for bar
Nothing-
mitzvah,
You're right,
right?
exactly.
Nothing too
For
fancy.
13, is that what they do the bar mitzvah? It says at 13 years old, Jacob was.
Yeah, I'm not very
You're
well
not sure?
versed in Jewish law.
The watch itself is nothing too fancy.
I think it's an interesting piece where it's kind of one of those things where it's like you can look at for a while, but at the same time, it's not like very unwearable. It's definitely like a statement piece though. But it's wearable and it doesn't look big.
Small.
It looks pretty small. What size is it, Megan? See if you can see into the details.
I'm just surprised if it's more than 30.
35 millimeter. So it's the
Really?
same size as that right there.
No, it's pretty small.
Interesting.
And it's gold, which is kind of cool.
How much is this watch going for?
$650 sold.
$650. Sold at $650. Okay.
Pre-owned.
I bet that watch is worth way more now after Jacob came out with this watch.
Probably. You probably can't even find one.
No, probably can't find one, especially a watch from the
So at that
60s.
point, you don't
Already
even
hard
know
to
what the
get.
price is, you know?
That's true. That's true.
So when you read this article, what do you think of? First thing.
Want to raise happy and successful kids? Teach them how to get angry. Child psychologist says.
What do you think about that?
Teach them how to get angry. Teach them? That sounds like maybe a play on like how football players will use anger and like, or fighters use anger to kind of like get pumped up and stuff. I think if you're trying to channel it into effort and you're trying to teach them to do that, I mean, that can be a good thing, right? Like
At first, when you read it, it's like, teach them how to get angry, so they're angry constantly. But I think what they conveying by this is like, teach them how to get angry, meaning when it's right to get angry. Not necessarily the fact that you're getting angry, when it okay when you're angry type of deal.
Okay, I'm interested. What do you mean, when is it okay? When is it okay for you to be angry? Give me
So
an
because
example.
because I think kids are pretty emotional and they'll get angry at shit
right
without understanding what it is.
all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what children
So I
do.
think what they're trying to convey with the name is like, hey, like for an average reader, they're going, oh, teach them, I'm going to get angry. But with this one is more like, okay, well, you can't get angry just because something like this happened. You know what I mean?
You know, this reminds me of actually I was talking with someone today or yesterday about this. I was showing them
It's
a video.
how to get angry.
You've
Like
seen-
there's a proper way of you getting angry
Right.
for the proper
You've
situation.
seen those videos of people who like drive by accidents, like you can't park there. You seen that before? There's this one of this guy. They're not even driving by. I think it's like these two black dudes they're walking by, and this Asian dude's like crashed on the side, and they're like, you can't park there. You need to leave. And the Asian guy gets in the car and is like, what the fuck? Stop talking to me. This and that. And then starts banging his own head on the car and like smashes his windshield with his hand after like he's already crashed, right? And he's just all pissed off. Someone tried to joke with him. He got even more mad. I think that's a great example of like, you're already mad, but like it's right now it's not okay to get that kind of angry.
Yeah, go down, go down,
on the hood
But
of the car.
it kind of starts explaining this, you know, so...
No parent looks forward to their child's next tantrum, but instead of dreading it, treating each tantrum as a learning opportunity to help your child learn to better manage their emotions. A skill they need to be happier and more successful as they grow up. After all, the occasional angry outburst is inevitable, says Jasmine McCoy, a clinical psychologist based in the Atlanta suburbs. Your goal as a parent of young children shouldn't be to avoid or suppress it at all costs. Instead, McCoy tells CNBC make it the goal to raise a child who knows how to handle their anger in a healthy way. Learning to effectively regulate emotions, especially intense ones like anger and sadness, can help children develop resilience, improve their attention spans, and boost cognitive development, research shows. Those skills and traits are all key to your kid's overall success and well-being.
And I think this is super important for guys. Like, you have to be in control of your fucking
No,
emotions.
I think it's super important for women as well because we all listen, Jay, ready? What are you ready? Do you know why? Listen, ready? They can. They absolutely can. We all know some friends that we have.
Yeah.
That the girls will just fucking go
Flip
off
the
on
fuck
them.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, in front of everybody.
Well, no, that's just them.
That's
just them being assholes.
But
what I'm
control
saying,
your anger.
But
that's
what
them.
saying,
that's them like literally not caring about anything and not controlling their anger.
But what I'm saying is when you got flood of fucking hormones coursing through your veins, sometimes that's difficult to control.
Different. I get it's different, but they can definitely control it. They definitely can.
I mean, some do a better job at it than the others. I say that. Can they really control it? Not really.
They really can. Do you see
I think
we're yelling at Arthur ever in front of people? No. And Emily doesn't yell at me in front of people? No. But we know people who yell at... Yeah.
Well, we don't know what happened behind them closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a whole different story. But controlling when, like you said, the proper time. So I feel like for women, that's their proper time, right?
Yeah.
In front of those people.
No, I get it. Like, anytime
Well, in general, we shouldn't be yelling at our partners in front of people.
Yeah, period.
Right.
Like, fucking, you have something to say, pull them to the side. If you can't fucking wait, pull them to the side and say it to the side. Only you and them. Quick one sentence, and then, hey, we'll have this conversation later.
Yeah.
Like, just to get that out, right? But don't be an asshole about it. But what I'm saying is, guys, like, usually guys, every time guys get fucking emotional, bad shit happens. Prisons are full of guys that are fucking emotional. Full of guys that did some dumb shit.
I feel like girls have the same fucking, like, trigger nowadays.
No, girls will say, I'm a Pisces, that's why I did it.
Right. Or, like, for example, I saw this.
Can you imagine if you're fucking selling drugs in the hood and you get caught and then, officer, I'm sorry, I'm a Scorpio. That's why I was doing it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the dumbest
guy
shit
was on
ever.
Too bad, buddy. I'm a Cancer. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
He was on a college campus somewhere. I don't know where. Black dude. I think he was talking about something about abortion. And he was being religious about it, right? And this other, it was a black woman that was a professor, I think, at the college. Right, and she came up to him and wasn't being necessarily aggressive at first, but he was like holding the microphone out to her and stuff, and she just said something about like I want you to let you know that I had an abortion. I don't feel bad about it, and this and that, blah blah. And he's like, I'm okay for you. I'm okay with that. That's okay with me. Like, I'll pray for you. This and that. Like, he was being very like nonchalant about it. And bro, she goes crazy. She grabs the like little lavalier microphone, the wire, right? And he's like, please let go of the microphone. Please let go of my... And there's like a cop walking by. And he's like, he never touched her or anything. He just holding like the mic. He didn't even try and pull it or anything. He's like, please let go. Please let go. Bro, the cop comes by. And he like, bro, the cop was being patient too. Right? Comes by and he's like, woman, I need you to let go. And she's like trying to negotiate with the police officer while still holding the microphone. Like, and the guy's still holding it in front of the police officer. And she like... And it was so weird because there was no... freak out moment. This was so like calm toned between these people, but it was such a like an extreme thing.
Uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy uncomfortable situation. And she says it, oh, if you get me arrested right now, I will fucking go out crazy. Like
that's when you fucking arrest them. That's literally when you fucking arrest them.
That was right before the cop came up, because that's when he says like please let go of microphone, like come on, like there's a police officer right there. He says something like that, like notioning towards the cop, letting her know basically. And she says like, if you get me arrested right now, I'll go crazy. Some shit like that.
Yeah, that's when you get him fucking arrested.
And she got arrested.
Have you guys ever met somebody?
The cop came over and was, bro, extremely patient. Let go. Please let go of the microphone. But he can do this and... Woman,
yes, he can.
Ma'am, we will talk. Please let go of the microphone. But I'm going to tell you one more time. Please let go of the microphone or I will arrest you.
No,
but and he arrested her dumbass. Grabbed her dumbass. It was so funny.
Good,
because
this is what I'm talking about. There's no consequences behind this. Like, finally, I just saw in the news, some lady got 6 months for falsely accusing someone of rape. And she got 6 months for it.
What did they get her? Like defamation, basically?
Defamation, yeah. Yeah. Finally, like these consequences need to come up now because what it's doing, it's little undermining the ones that do need the help that have been in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like the Amber Heard case, you know what I mean? Like Amber Heard literally fucking destroyed the whole
they
thing.
both did damage. They were both physically and like had known for physically abusing each other and emotionally abusing each other. Now she definitely lied about a lot of it.
Well, see,
he definitely did some shit. Like it wasn't like as basic as that.
Anytime some physical abuse, there's a clear difference. Where there's a physical abuse and there's no physical abuse. Emotional abuse, that's such a fucking gray territory for me because whatever you think is an emotional abuse, I might not think that's an emotional. The other person might not think that. The third person might think that's an extreme where you need to be hanged or shot. So the emotional abuse part, bro, like that one, I do, yeah, that one I do not fucking understand because it's such a left to your opinion. What's an emotional abuse? There's no clear-cut laws about this. You cannot explain what it is. Or like there's another one now, financial abuse. So if you decide that this is big in United Kingdom. So if the husband says, hey, babe, we're not buying this purse because it's expensive, that's considered financial fucking abuse.
What?
Yes. That's considered financial abuse. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, there need to be a little more fucking stop to this nonsense.
That's crazy. I don't know. That I want to hear like a legit financial abuse case in the UK and see what that sounds
Bro,
like.
this financial abuse is literally guys holding money over my head. That's financial abuse. But if she wants to buy a purse and you say, hey, listen, this is not within our budget. I don't think we're going to do this. I'm doing it anyway. No, I don't think you should do this. Then we're going to end up owing a bunch of money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go into debt. I'm going to do this. You have no right to tell her no.
Bro, have you seen George Washington's teeth?
Yeah, they're wooden.
No, they're not wooden. That's
Ivory.
bullshit.
Whose teeth were wooden?
Yes,
Someone's
they
teeth were wooden.
ivory.
They were
a mix of
made of lead.
All
Then
types
he
of
had
shit.
like bro, look, put the picture up, bro.
So they're perfect.
So
for
they're
fishing.
not just out of wood, right? So
Can you imagine if you
made
got
out
those
of
teeth
lead?
and you put them on your fishing pole and threw them in the water and lost
listen to
them?
shit. The top ones were horse teeth, I think it was,
God damn.
and the bottoms were slave teeth.
What the fuck?
He had a smile,
he had
man.
the teeth of dead slaves, bro. Shane Gillis's fucking bit on this is hilarious. I'll show it to you guys afterwards. It's fucking
I've already seen that
amazing.
special.
Yeah, that's
Times,
crazy as
hilarious.
fuck, bro.
Beautiful
But
dog.
horse teeth, bro.
Fuck the horse teeth. There were slave teeth in his mouth.
I mean, them wearing slaves, that wasn't that big of a surprise to me.
Damn, dude.
Bro. No.
Not that big a surprise to me. I'm not gonna lie.
So how were these teeth?
You didn't have American history, bro. You don't know what they did.
How were these teeth like implanted?
I don't know. So it was his dentures. These were dentures, right? So
Oh, you can tell that motherfucker wore dentures the way he closed his mouth.
yeah, he wore dentures. So this wasn't like his actual teeth. So all his teeth were gone, and he had a set of dentures.
How old was George Washington when he died?
Probably in his 40s, with most people in that
You
time.
guys seen that little girl? They asked her like, what happened? Who was Martin Luther King? And they asked her, do you know who Martin Luther King was? She's like, yeah. And he's like, who was Martin Luther King? She's so sad, so fucking sad. She goes, he died for our sins. and so many people in the comment were like, she's technically right.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
She's
I'm
technically
right. Yeah, it says right there, 32 to 99.
67.
He actually
67
lasted
years
a
old.
little bit longer than I thought he would have.
And back in the times,
Damn.
All them presidents last a little bit longer. They had that healthcare system going
the
for
flu
them.
could have nicked you and you might have died back in the day.
Yeah.
How long did he have those teeth in? I wonder.
Probably all his life.
I don't know, bro.
Probably
but
bitches start
I saw
falling.
pictures of them.
That
shits
motherfucker
and
was
I heard-
6'2".
He was a tall dude.
Yeah, so they were.
Yeah, Shane has a bit on
He
that
says
too.
like, no shit, we wouldn't imagine coming up on a fucking boat and seeing this 6'2" motherfucker with horse teeth just grinding his teeth with a fucking sword. No shit, we wouldn't.
So, did you know that apparently Americans are getting shorter?
Shorter, but our average height is higher. I thought
So
it's gone up.
Americans back in the day used to be the tallest people in the world. Now we're like
Tallest?
tallest. So now We're like
I mean,
37.
6'2" back in 1700. That's like
That's a tall
7 foot.
motherfucker, yeah.
That's like 7 foot today.
Yes.
That's a big bitch.
And they're
That boy was
attributing
playing
that shit.
basketball back then.
And they're attributing that shit to fucking food and childhood
Really?
obesity that's retarding the growth, because the bones are not growing up; they're growing sideways to support the weight.
To support the weight. That sounds like a stretch.
Well,
But I
that's
will
what they're
say, hey,
saying.
wait. I will say anecdote. The reason I say it sounds like a stretch because I will say anecdotically, I remember like when I was in high school, like when we came in as freshmen, right? And then I was like, okay, these kids were like normal size, right? Boom, 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 bro. When I went from junior to senior and I saw those freshmen come in, I was like, I have cousins in elementary school who are bigger than these kids.
Yeah.
But they were all skinny. None of
Yeah.
them were like fat.
No, they're attributing to the food and obesity. So apparently we're getting. And there's another big thing right now going on in United States that no one is really talking about, and that is that we have too many office buildings that are not needed anymore because everybody has that hybrid work environment, working from home and stuff like that.
Okay. That
So a
makes
lot
sense.
of hybrid offices. So there could be that we're gonna have a next crash in a real estate, but in a retail real estate market, not
commercial real estate.
commercial real estate. And what some people are doing, like venture capitalists are doing, is they'll rent the 2-3 floors. They'll put a little kitchenette in there. They make studios out of those.
I don't think you're allowed to necessarily do that everywhere, though.
So there's
it has
a
to be
rule.
livable space.
Well, yeah, they're making studios out of them, but there is a rule on these commercial buildings.
Right.
You can have X amount as livable space, and X amount has to be
Got
for
you.
business purposes.
Got you.
So they'll take second and third floor, they'll make that as apartments, and then but 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th are still office buildings. So think about it. They build these buildings to stand 60, 70, 80 years old. But the residential buildings are usually about 40 years old, and they knock them down and build new ones, right?
Okay.
Right? So if you think about it, if you got the money, that's a fucking ideal way. You go into a building that's got very strong bones, you just redo the inside and create apartments out of these.
See, the problem with that is that not everywhere is going to have those regulations.
No,
Or I can
correct.
see that some...
Correct. The laws have to change by
Right.
state and
So,
by actual.
From what I've
district.
heard, I've heard that, like, for example, like you go to one of these like little business complexes on 4th Street.
Yeah.
Right? A few stories tall, whatever. Like you can't live in there.
No,
None
you
of that
can't.
area is livable space.
Correct.
Even
That's
if you
commercial
make it,
space, yeah.
even if you make it by
You're not allowed, yeah.
by code livable space, you're not allowed on that property.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. Just simple as that. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to find your sweet spots and
Well, in Pinellas County, you're not allowed to build container homes.
really.
Yeah, the only way you can build a container home if it's part of your business and you just live in it. So there was only one container home that's built, and it's on Park Boulevard. It's right between 49. It's between the 49th and 58. And that art, there's like a little artsy area right there. When you're going
49
from
and
49 towards 66 on the right hand side, right after you pass that Bushido Academy, and the feed place, you pass
Oh, I know
the
what
feed.
you're talking
There's
about.
like a little artsy strip there.
Got you.
That strip right in the middle of it is that container building. So
Okay.
whoever built it, there's a lady that built it. She had her art gallery there, and she lived there. So then she sold it to someone else.
I know what building you're talking
Pull
about.
up-
I feel like I'm
pull
kinda
up,
recognizing it.
Pull up Pinellas Park container home. When you see it, you'll recognize it immediately. Hit images, yeah. And that's the one. So this is the one. This is the
Okay.
one right on 49th Street.
No, I don't recognize it actually. No, I don't recognize it. I haven't seen that.
Can you have a street view on it?
Or I don't reckon. I don't.
I would
When I
have to
see
look
it,
for the
I didn't
address
think
for
it
that.
was an actual thing. It says it right there. 5705 Park Boulevard North.
I can't type.
It's all good, Miggy.
It's right before the train tracks. Yeah, that right there. That's a container home. But the only way she could do it is if it was part of the business. And this is a gallery, and behind it they have like events and shit like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's the only one. But in Pinellas County, you're not allowed to build container homes for whatever fuck reason.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Trying to have people not save money. That's fucked up.
yeah. So I don't know.
You could still probably build like those sheds, right?
No,
No, you can't even build that.
Mm-mm.
Well, I think you're allowed to build them, but they're not. They wouldn't allowed to. You're not allowed to get it as livable space. Probably.
You know what average
So
container?
I'm sure if you
average
wanted to get a container and pop that bitch in your backyard and do whatever you want to, you're allowed to.
Yes.
But they would never let you get that as livable space as a home.
Can you imagine how? Just think about it. What do you think an average container costs? And decent
A
container,
shipping
not a brand
container?
new shipping container, not brand new.
I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of money. It's gonna probably be like $15K.
$2,000.
What?
An average shipping container is 2,000.
2,000?
Yes, $2,000. You get 10 of those. That's $20,000. You know how much space is 10 shipping containers?
Yeah.
With solid metal walls that are reinforced.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Do they withstand hurricanes?
But
Yes, it's a fucking metal walls, bro. They put them on the ships.
Fuck it. Throw me in one. Put a gaming room in there.
Think about it. What's the
How
size
a
of an
gaming
average container?
container?
Square
Gaming
footage.
container.
Do square footage of average container, average shipping container.
Square footage, yeah.
So 20 foot by 8.5, right? So what are we looking at here? It's
Just
160,
look it up there,
170,
it'll tell you.
170 square feet.
You have 10, 20, and 40 foot containers.
Right
So
there
20,
it says
20 foot.
cubic capacity. So 40-foot one is 2,300 cubic foot capacity.
No, the cubic foot. No, I'm talking about square footage. As
Oh,
far
like
as the
inside? Yeah,
inside.
that's just 20 by 8 or whatever, 40 by
20.
8.
Just do 20 by 8. So you're looking 160 square feet floor space. 160 square feet floor space on a minimum, right? You get 10 of those. That's a 1,600. You get 20 of those. That's 3,200. That's a 2-story, $3,200 house where the walls will only cost you $20,000. Tell me who's gonna lay brick or put wood for $20,000 for that much space.
You can get a 40-foot one for 2,300.
There you go. No, bruh, how crazy is that? Those are probably 2 containers combined together.
It looks like 3.
Or 3, whatever the fuck it is.
20-foot mobile expandable container house. People actually fucking.
Yes, bro, they do this shit.
mobile? That's pretty badass.
Yeah, they do this shit.
That's pretty fucking badass.
So what? They just pick this bitch up and just fucking drop
Put it on their
wherever?
fucking, strap it to their truck and pull it. I mean, a regular diesel truck can pull this at 3,500.
Expandable. So
Yeah.
You can expand on it.
Yeah, so this is one of those that's basically you're gonna like put all the stuff in a certain area and then you can plop the sides in.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, and then you can move it around. It's like basically like a little RV thing. I don't know how exactly it's. You would probably need a flatbed trailer to put it on. I think.
Well,
Like
I
a
mean, I'm
big
sure
one.
it's got little.
So it's not
you know, he's
necessarily
probably
mobile
got those.
like you think it is, but
It's probably got those dump rollers. You know how dump things have those metal rollers, and then you just get hooked with a chain and then pulled right up.
maybe
Because they get filled up with bunch of shit. I mean, they get filled up with tons of garbage in it. How much is this shit gonna weigh? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's gonna weigh nothing. Look at that shit, bro. There's 2 40-foot containers. You tell me you wouldn't live in
That's
one in a
badass
crib
bit-
like that,
pretty
bro?
badass little home. I mean, it's pretty restricted because that's only 2, maybe that looks like a 20-foot and 1 40-foot container. So it's not really that much space in that, but like that's fucking nice where it's a lot of space. See that's gonna be a decent amount of space, or that one that's like
That's
4.5
badass,
or-
bro.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to make one.
But more than anything, it's gonna cost you pennies on a dollar to make something like this.
That
You
right
ever
there is
watched-
badass right there.
You ever guys ever watch that show on what is Channel 4 CW I think or something like that? That was like like the treehouse homes.
go to the
They
very
build those
bottom one on
big-ass
the left.
treehouse homes.
Yeah, that one. Look at that shit, bro.
Nah, but that's too small, man.
It is a small, but like double it, triple it.
Triple it.
I mean, you tripling it. I mean, you're looking at what 160 times 6, so 600. There's almost 1,000 square feet, bro. 1,000 square feet.
That's nice with the little.
That's
deck.
fucking badass. Can you imagine like you pull up to a crib like that?
The tree going through it is pretty risky, but okay.
It's metal. Who cares?
It will only
right.
get smashed.
Yeah, it still get fucking.
They probably
smashed.
reinforce more the bottom ones to put the top one on top. But in general,
Yeah, I
mean,
wonder what they do because they still have to get like a normal foundation for a house.
Yeah,
done
yeah,
and
of
stuff
course,
like
of
that.
course,
So that's
of
still a
course.
lot of money to do.
But who's
this.
gonna build walls for you for $20,000? And that's fucking between 10 to 20 containers.
Yeah, but you also have to think about the money. It's $20,000 in material,
Yeah.
and then you also have to build it and get
What-
more material to put it all together to and I'm just saying like the
Okay.
structure.
Well, let's say it's another $20,000. So $40,000. You telling me that somebody will build you a house that's 3,200 square feet for $40,000 for the walls?
Probably be
Just
more
bare,
than 40.
yeah, just brick itself is gonna cost you $32,000 or $40,000.
Yeah, it's
Just
alright.
brick without even laying it.
Just move over to Northeast. Quarter mil house.
Well, it's not just Northeast. Like it's like by county, goes by county whether it's allowed. I think,
I actually undershot that. Quarter mil.
and they had a proposition like that to build these small affordable homes, and that got shut down by Pinellas County.
So I wanted to talk about these little because I did some research on these the Bapex watches. Look that up.
Bapex?
Yeah, whatever it is. With a B from the Bathing Ape brand, Bapex. Yeah, just like that. They're actually automatic.
Yeah. There.
They are actually automatic. But basically, you can actually go on their website and they have a bunch of these for sale right
Like
now.
with fucking stones and shit on them.
Yeah. They're pretty freaking crazy to me. If you like, I just waiting for that sue because I wanted to bring this up because Bape was also getting sued finally for the
By
Bape
Nike?
Stars from Nike. They have a bunch of other things that are direct copies of other brands.
Bape
Do you
is a
think-
Japanese brand, right?
Yes, it is. Do you think Rolex will ever come after them for this?
Probably. Depending what the market share is, if it's a very small market share on the watches, Rolex might not even bat an eye, or might make a like a example out of them. But if they're selling in millions, then yeah.
Go to the list, like URL listings. You can see they actually have them on their website, like a bunch of them for sale.
Bunch of
Just go to like the
GMTs
the
I saw
top.
they have.
You see the first one, yeah. And I thought they were gonna be more expensive, but they're all less than like $1,000, even the ones that are all blinged out and shit.
Mm-hmm. But that's just another watch that looks counterfeit. You know what I mean? Like it's just another watch that wants to be a Rolex. Because
But
this
this
one
is-
literally wants to be a Rolex.
I saw they said it was automatic, but I'm finding that hard to believe. You know why?
Well, he's got a Chinese movement in it. Why not?
No,
Or even a Japanese Salita or something like
maybe,
Orient
but
movement,
for
Seiko.
look, man, a chronograph that's automatic at less than $1,000.
Click on it.
Very hard to find.
Click on it.
They don't say if it's automatic or anything in the listings. You have to. I looked it up through like third party. Go to product description. Let's see what it says. Oh, that one's course movement.
Of course, more okay.
Yeah, see that I find hard to believe to be automatic.
Well, what about the other ones? Like GMT, click on one in the green and black.
You said
That's-
green and black?
Yeah.
That's fine. It's the same fucking. You're gonna have the same movement more than likely.
What is that?
Course
Quartz.
movement as
Go
well.
back.
Okay, so maybe they made automatic before, but these seem to be
Click
all
on that
course, huh?
regular one, the black one, or that one. Yeah, click on that. See, that's a two-door copy. So they're literally going off the road. No, that's gonna be quartz again.
Japan automatic movement.
Japan automatic.
So
no
they
shit.
do have some that have some automatic movement. There you go. I
How
saw
much is
that.
this?
$847.
So they're a little bit more than a non-automatic. They're about $300 more than non-automatic. Yeah, click on that.
That looks gross.
It's supposed to imitate us like a natural stone dial.
Mm.
You see, they even did the inner engraving on the bezel, but they didn't do it correctly. I looked at it and it doesn't match the seconds
Seconds,
like
no.
a real Rolex does.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna. They probably contacted China for this. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It says
It's-
Babe
it's
certified.
Japanese.
China.
It's Japanese shit, right?
Manufactured.
Oh, manufactured in China.
All of these were manufactured in China.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. I don't know if I like that though. It's just-
Well, there's some hardcore followers of Babe. The people
Yeah.
who like they love their
There's
shit.
a lot of hardcore followers of like the Super Dry brand as well.
Which one?
Super Dry.
Super Dry. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
It's a brand that's mostly used in Asian countries like
Yeah.
China.
You know who's big in Asian countries as well? Kenzo, for whatever fuck reason. I've heard of
I've
it,
never heard
but
of Kenzo. Super dry.
I can see that.
Very bright and shit. This looks like. I never heard of it. Super dry.
So it's like a play of what's that brand that you have? Starts with
Supreme.
S.
Supreme?
Supreme.
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of like a hype brand as well, but it's not like
Yeah.
that at all.
1 second, I'll be right back.
I'm not gonna lie. Go click on those jackets, the blue one or the green one. Sorry. Um, I kind of like that type of logo. You know what I mean?
Do you like the vintage logo?
Like I fuck with it. Like with the Japanese style, like dragons
I need
or
myself a bomber jacket. I've been looking for a bomber jacket.
bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Why bomber jacket?
They're just so versatile, man. You can use them for anywhere. You can dress them down. You can dress them up.
Show me which one you're talking about, because
These are
I know what
these are bomber jackets.
Oh, these are considered, because bomber jacket, when I'm thinking about it's like more for winter. That's what I'm thinking about being bomber jacket. You know what I mean? Like thicker material.
You're thinking of like a parka.
Like a varsity bomber jacket, like back in the day, football players would play. Like an old school bomber jacket. Go back. Do old school varsity football jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about these. Like, click the gray one.
This one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
Yeah. So this.
No, can't.
Nice and toasty in here.
Either one of them. Either one. Whatever
Here,
comes
let's
up first.
Open up images here.
See, because, yeah, so I think of these as bomber jackets for winter, but the one you showed me, that's more like
No, but these
jacket.
These do have
This is
a name. These are
varsity
jackets.
jackets.
yeah.
Bomber is basically the same collar and cuff style, but it's not necessarily that material. It's more of like a usually nylon or
It's
even
not puffy?
polyester. Bombers can be also that puffy material.
Yeah,
the
that's
down
what I think.
material.
Yeah. But I like these a lot, and I need one, actually. I do need one.
I was just saying
How
that the
much
other
are
day
they?
that I want an open jacket.
160.
I want something-
Oh, no, fuck that. I'm not paying that.
I want,
Amazon got them for $20. Real nice ones.
a zip hoodie though. That's what I want. I need something like that. I only have one jacket right now that besides my jean jackets that are open.
For a while, I used to wear hoodies that are normal, and now come to the point where I don't want that shit, because I want to be able to fucking unzip that shit and take it off when I want to take it off and put it back on. It's more versatile to have a zip.
I also feel that. See, this is the thing. Ready? Any jacket, most jackets that are like hoodies or even zip open hoodies, I feel like they don't look put together whatsoever. So I feel like, for example, sometimes we go places and I'm like dressed a certain way, and then I want to put my hoodie on because it's cold, and this is just what I have for a jacket right now, and like it just throws everything off. Not that it is like doesn't match or something like that, but
I'm shopping.
You're shopping at this point.
Yeah, I just saw those jeans and I thought they looked cool.
Did you know that there's a Jacob has his own cut of diamond, and it's actually the diamond that is in the Astronomia. So, one of the items that spins around on the Astronomia, on the triple axis tourbillon or whatever, right?
That round shit is
that that diamond right there is what they call the Jacob cut.
Bro, there's so many varieties of diamond cut. It's ridiculous. And apparently each cut gives you a different type of a shine, which I thought was pretty cool.
And settings too, the way it's set the diamonds, there's so many different ways too.
Yeah, so which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, go to another article. Let's see what we got next out there.
That Moses has his he has like reverse setting.
Eddie had him pulled up. You can just click on.
Yeah, I think that one I had pulled up.
Fast food workers in California turn $20 an hour. What does it mean for workers nationwide? Read a little bit more about this.
Los Angeles fast food workers defied skeptics roughly a decade ago with the Fight for 15, a campaign demanding an industry-wide pay floor at more than double the federal minimum wage. That aspiration spread across the low-wage workforce, helping to achieve a base pay of $15 per hour in 6 states and dozens of cities that play host to tens of millions of workers. Fast food workers in California will soon attain a higher baseline, $20 an hour. The fresh standard could hold significant implications for workers nationwide, experts told ABC News. Low-wage workers in California across industries will certainly see a raise as their employees compete against the pay offered by fast food companies, economists said. The approach in California has elicited copycat campaigns in other states and may become a fixture of demands among low-wage workers engaged in union drives. This creates a new benchmark. Ken Jacobs, co-chair of the Labor Center at the University of California, Berkeley, told ABC News. We went through the fight for 15 and now 20 is out there as a new target wage. The National Restaurant Association, an industry trade group, did not immediately respond to ABC News' request for comment. In September, California Governor Gavin Newsom, a Democrat, signed into law the measure that established a $20 an hour minimum wage for some 500,000 fast food workers. The pay floor will go into effect on April 1st.
What What do you think is gonna happen when minimum wage workers get $20?
People across the country are going to be like, that's not fair. We're in the same,
No,
country.
don't even go that far. What do you think is gonna happen if they get $20 an hour?
Everything
More
becomes
taxes.
more expensive.
There you
More
go.
taxes
Ding, ding,
and
ding, ding,
everything
ding,
is more
ding, ding,
expensive.
ding,
You make
ding,
more
ding,
money,
ding,
you
ding,
pay
ding,
more
ding.
taxes.
So effectively, that sounds great idea. Oh shit, we're gonna get paid $20 an hour. But what a lot of people are so short fucking sighted, they don't understand. If there is more money floating in the economy, prices are going to go up. Literally the same place that's paying you $20 to flip burgers now is gonna increase the price of those fucking burgers. The same burgers that you might end up buying, you're gonna pay more for it.
Be ready to
So-
pay $40 for your vape.
Yeah. So so think about it. Is your $20 really helping you?
So you have that problem all the time when prices get increased. So what else do you do then
Well, that's correct.
when wages increase?
Correct. But here's another question. What happens to the guy that's getting paid $20 right now?
It goes nowhere.
So he stays at 20. So let me paint you a picture. You come to McDonald's, you start working in McDonald's at $16 an hour. You put in your couple of years, 4 or 5 years, now you're an assistant manager, they give you $20 an hour. Change the law, minimum wage employees get $20. Now the new employee gets hired at $20, but you are an assistant manager that busted their ass for 5 years for this company, making same $20 an hour. How do you feel?
Screwed over. That's exactly how you're gonna feel.
So, let's say fine, okay, they increase this guy's wage. Do they increase it percentage-wise? Do they increase it with the same $5? Let's say they do that. What about the guy that was making $25 an hour? That put in even more time.
Yeah. So anyone that's within that, anyone is gonna feel screwed over, regardless of what you're making, because you're gonna, unless you're making less than $20 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
right? Sorry, if you're making anything more than $20 an hour, you're gonna feel screwed over.
So a lot of people will come out and say, well, let's put caps on how much companies can charge for certain things. What do we call that? Communism. Do you see what I'm saying? So yes, that sounds great. They hype this shit up. They give you all fucking fields of flowers, but they don't tell you that the winter is coming.
Winter is coming. That's how you. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
No, I've never really watched it.
That's where that's from. Winter's coming.
Yeah, is that what it's from? Okay, yeah, but winter is fucking coming. And when winter comes, you're going to have a whole lot of fucking ice and no more flowers. And what happens to your $20? Nothing. Nothing happens to your $20. That's why shit in Florida is starting to go up in price because we increased the minimum wage.
Shit is expensive.
That's part
as
of the
fuck.
deal why it's like that. You know, those whole steamy checks that came out and everybody was... Bro, when steamy checks came out, Louis Vuitton, LVMH group, who has the Louis Vuitton and all of this, they had the largest amount of sales ever recorded that year.
Didn't Amazon as well made so
Ever
much fucking
recorded.
money?
Bro, people take that money and they immediately spend it. So what happens with that money that they're getting? They take this and give it to big companies. People don't have a problem with earning money. People have a problem with spending money. And that's the biggest issue that I don't think we teach. And now, look, those so payday loans like MSCOT and stuff, they have it on their wall. They literally say it on their wall. We charge you 400% for you to borrow money from us.
Fuck.
They've been in business since 1980s, early 80s. So apparently there's a market for it. Otherwise, they'd have gone down, right? And there's this new thing that's emerging, buy now, pay later, which the way they did this is if they did 12 installment payments, that would be considered a credit card. Because it's not 12 installment payments, it's no longer considered a credit card, so it doesn't need to be reported. They do a soft credit check on it and you immediately get that money. So let's say you're a family that's not doing super well and you maxed out your cards, but you really need to buy this thing. You go to buy now, pay later places and they fucking charge you 45, 60, 70% on the money you borrowed because a lot of them will miss those payments.
Right.
And that's the plan.
They all gotta make their money, right?
Well, I understand that. But the problem is make your money. But these people spending their time talking about some nonsense bullshit where they need to be educating people, like understand that this how this thing works.
The education system here is dog shit. That's just the best way I can put it.
Well, it has nothing to do with the
Do you
education.
think it's any better at private schools?
Private schools might, I don't know.
I mean, I
It's a
think
fucking.
that
I think it's a
what a lot of
debatable.
people do when they feel like they're going to private schools, like they try to find the one that caters towards them in the
Yes.
sense where like because a lot of private schools run differently, so they might try and find the one that they're a little more suited to or whatever because they're gonna, especially since they're gonna be paying for it, they feel entitled to do so, which
Yeah.
it is what it is.
But the whole thing is somebody goes to college and gets a fucking arts degree or like a bullshit business degree, right? Like they're never gonna use, right? Instead of that, like teach these kids how to understand finances, bro. Like half of them don't even know how to fucking fill up a tax form on TurboTax, which guides you step by step.
The thing is like I said, the education system is horrible. Like when I came out of school, right, I had already been working.
Well, no,
for a long
education
time,
system is yes, I agree. Education system
I
is
never
horrible.
knew nothing about taxes.
Yeah, but the education system originally was designed. The outdated model was math, sciences, literature, things like that, right? Because financial markets were not that big of a deal, right? And whoever did business with financial markets, they were just very specialized in that, and that's what they're doing. The loans didn't really exist back then. You bought a car for the $1,000 you had, you bought the car, and now what it really was financing. But the financing thing is the printing of money, right? Clinton in 2005 came out and said, we are $5 trillion in debt, and we are on track to pay off our debt by the time the decade is over. Today we're on $35 trillion debt, the most has ever been. And Moody's, which is one of the biggest agencies that rates any kind of shares, bonds, or anything like that, just downgraded American bond rate to AA plus. AAA is the highest.
Where's the majority of that debt to exactly?
Majority of the debt is the governmental debt, right? So governmental debt is when they issue bonds, whoever buys those bonds, they're saying, give me, so basic bond, let's say is $1,000. They say, give me $1,000 now, and I'm going to give this back to you in X amount of years with percentage. Throughout that time, I will be paying you percentage on a yearly basis, and when it comes due, I'm going to give you your $1,000 back.
Right.
So let's say 30 years at 5%. So every year you'll be getting 5% on this bond, and then when it's completed 30 years, I'm going to give you your $1,000 back. Right? So that's where this debt comes from. But a lot of this debt has been bought by China, other countries, so on and so forth, right? So our national average debt is at $34 trillion. Trillion dollars. And Fed Reserve just came out and said that most likely this year they will not only hold, but start also cutting back the interest rates.
U.S. national debt is at, what is that even?
It's on 2000.
Yeah, it's 2000 when Clinton was talking about it. That was $5 trillion in 2000. I said 2005. My bad, it was actually 2000.
34 trillion now. Okay.
Yeah, now it's 34 trillion. And he said by the end of the decade, which means by 2015, we're done paying our debt. We're on track to pay it all off. What's the national, how much tax money are we bringing in United States? Look up the number.
How much tax money?
Yes, how much tax money we're bringing in the United States?
I think it was 4 trillion.
So
5.03 trillion.
$5.03 trillion. That's tax money that we take, which remember, this tax money needs to pay for roads, needs to pay for government things and governmental stuff, right? So a lot of this stuff gets spent. So whatever is left over has to cover the debt. How the fuck are we going to cover the debt?
Well, this is federal revenue, is what that was.
Federal revenue increased by 14.3%, which means the taxes have gone up.
No, but that number was federal revenue, not tax. The
Well,
U.S. collected.
Federal revenue, the government making money.
Making
from
money.
Tax.
Oh, okay, from tax. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that went up 14%.
Yeah, so they basically collected more money in taxes. But where's 5 trillion when there's 34? If we paid, literally, if we took every single dollar and paid towards our debt, it would take 7 years to pay that debt off. 7 years, 365. What are we looking at? About 2,200 days? For 2,200 days, no government is going to be working. None of the utilities will be working. None of the shit will be working because nobody's getting paid. Think about it for a minute. And we're talking about Yeah, fucked. Big time fucked. But, we keep printing money and debt goes on. But the problem is that our debt got downgraded to double A plus, which is still decent. But United States has always been considered the country that always pays back its debt. And now there are rumors out there that China's yuan, which is their money, might actually topple over the dollar. Which,
It'd be interesting to see.
yeah, because then United States no longer is the world police. What happens then?
We go back to the wild, wild west.
Bruh, if we go back to Wild Wild West, 70% of all the weapons is owned by regular people. Pooh. Pooh.
You better get your gas.
This is the country you don't want to go to Wild Wild West.
Who, China?
No, United States. You don't want this to be Wild Wild West.
Oh.
Because
No, I'm talking about the countries going wild, wild west.
A lot of
Ruling-
emotional people
just
and a
in
lot
general?
of bullets out there right
Just
now.
ruling themselves over and just doing whatever they gotta do to keep their country going.
bro, literally, the world is waiting for United States to fail, and we're out here fucking negotiating. The other day, California just came out, which is a noble thing to do. They said X amount of immigrants. They signed a bill for $3 billion to give healthcare to immigrants that are not legal, and I don't know how true this is, but they're talking about that they will also be able to vote without any documents.
See, that one doesn't sound
Now,
real.
That doesn't sound true.
I don't know. I don't know how they're
Because
gonna do that.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
Now, look at birth rates in birth and death rates in United States. Current data.
There's like a little clock thing you can look at.
Yeah,
That like counts up and down.
and,
Gives
and
you
it's
the
got a
graphs.
really really interesting. It's a clock thing. It's a really good one. I know exactly what Eddie's talking about.
I remember looking. That's just been up for a long time.
He has the shit. There we go. Look at those three numbers below on the left hand side. What does it say? One birth every 9 seconds, one death every 9 seconds, which means our population is not growing. It's at a standstill, right? The only thing that's keeping it up is one international migrant net
Every 20
every
seconds.
28 seconds. Net gain of persons every 24 seconds, which means that immigrants are keeping this country growing, not United States citizens. What that means, even those immigrants, when they become naturalized citizens, they revert to those numbers of 9 and 9. Look at China's numbers. It's crazy. When you start looking at these numbers, I don't want to sound doom and gloom, but the numbers are
Trash.
100% trash. Look, we've actually gone down. Projected population has gone down. We're getting shorter. Population is going down. Are we the next Rome, right? Are we the next great Rome?
So China is at 1.4, but it doesn't give us like the little countdown like it did earlier, huh?
no, because
Doesn't. We don't have their data.
yeah,
They have our data, but we don't have their data.
they're self-reported.
Hit
right?
the world.
That's what I clicked.
Oh, okay.
So all the Western countries are in the same situation. Germany, England, Canada, all of the Western countries in the same situation. The reason the world count is going up is because of the third world countries and second world countries. They're the ones that are still procreating and having children.
So this is their live counter.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Aren't they the only ones who have more than get to the trillion, right? They actually have over a trillion people, right?
India
No.
population is 1.4 billion.
Yeah, so
1.4 billion,
India is
sorry,
set
billion.
to surpass, within the next several years, India is set to surpass China as with the largest population.
Sorry, I meant billion.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're almost
They're
there.
almost there. 1.4 and some change.
Yeah, well, but that's still 10 billion people, right? Well, no, not 10 billion.
Yeah.
That's 10 million people.
Million people.
10 million people, right? So they're almost there. And they're on track to surpass.
India
Because-
seems to have, solid shot
Yep.
all the way, just
Mhm.
straight going up.
How many people do we have in St. Petersburg?
In St. Pete, Pinellas County, when you look up, it says like 300,000 or 200,000. It doesn't say a lot of people, but I don't think that's necessarily true numbers. You know what I mean? I've looked up this before. The whole Tampa actually shows like 200,000 people, which is
262,167.
like look up Tampa.
387,050.
I don't know if that's true, man. Tampa is probably the largest industrial area in the United States. It's the largest industrial area in the United States.
See, but the thing is
That
look
also
at what
makes
they're.
That also makes it a point of just commuting, working, and just, together business
Yeah.
meetings. There's a lot of people just coming by. I think
And
these
look-
numbers are more aimed
Look at
towards
the very
actual population.
small area that they
Area
are
that they
just
have,
specifically calling Tampa because there was like right there next to Riverview where you still might consider you're kind of where Tampa is or Lutz or North Tampa
Yeah.
or this and that. Can you see if they'll give you a population of the Tampa Bay area? So kind of the the cities and counties that make up the Tampa Bay area.
Even
what you're gonna kinda
2022
get
is
at.
fine.
3.2 million people. See, that's a number that I
Yeah,
can
that's a
understand.
number I can fuck with. You know what I mean? Like that makes more sense.
So that's Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater metropolitan area.
Mhm.
So that's not even including.
Well, metropolitan area that would include Lutz and all this, Carroll Woods and all
And
of
what
that
about
shit.
like Sarasota and Brandon and stuff? No,
Mm-mm. That's their
Riverview maybe. Yeah,
Mhm.
probably.
yeah, Riverviews and all of that. I don't know if Zephyr Hills will be included in that already, or Lakeland. I don't think so.
See, when you watch like Bay News 9, they include them. So I
Well,
don't know.
because it's Bay News 9 is in a
Very inclusive channel.
That's
no,
what I
they're,
remember my
they're,
argument
they're,
was
they're
as a
the
little
largest
kid.
news channel in this area, right? Like, so they're gonna,
See, I was young.
it's not Chicago where you have.
I was
oh yeah,
born-
this was a good article, I thought.
I'm old enough to where I remember watching Bay News 9 to check the weather in
Yeah.
the morning to go to school. I remember doing that.
So we have cars with the coolest interiors.
See if you guys agree with this. Go down.
What's that?
Yeah.
a
Civic
R?
Type R.
Type R. I've always liked the Type R interior. I thought it looked cool.
It looks cool. I just wish that little screen wasn't right there in the middle. I don't know
What do you mean? You
where
have
I
a
would want it
Tesla,
to be.
You have a fucking TV.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Jay.
No.
The-
Sticking out like that. Sorry. Sticking out like that.
Got you.
I would want it to
think-
be in the middle,
It's
but not
almost
sticking
raised
out.
to the same as the dash. in
Yeah, it
front.
is. It is.
Yeah, I don't like when the screens are so high. I like when they're more accessible right
Yeah.
in front of you.
Like
The
that
911.
looks cool to
Porsche
me.
911.
Yeah, that looks really cool to me because it just blends. You know what I mean?
It's a Porsche, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, it's beautiful.
Rolls Royce Phantom.
Yeah, that one is like,
That's,
that one you got to be on
Can't get-
Epstein's list to drive one of them.
Can't get any better than a Phantom, bro.
iX. Is this one of their electric cars?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the new electric ones.
SUV maybe.
Looks pretty cool. I like the idea of the
seats?
two-tone seats.
And they're a little bit different.
Yeah,
Too busy for my liking.
I like it. I think it looks cool.
That's cool.
The XM, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
Bentley.
Bentley Continental
Nah.
GT.
This
I
is a
know.
car I don't understand.
Yeah.
But the interior,
Is that-
I'm not.
is that
I'm
like
not
a suede?
against stuff.
Yeah. No, it's not suede.
No,
This is
that's
a regular
leather.
carpet. But the seat is suede. Where you sit, that middle part, that's Alcantara, I think they call
No,
it.
I think that's leather like the
Nah, I don't
rest,
think
bro.
that's-
Yeah, it's just
No.
like a textured
No,
leather.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Lexus, really?
I like that.
really.
That's classy.
No, I don't
Really?
like that color, man. The peanut butter shit, man.
And then those fucking little like flip thingies on the column, steering column. You see those things?
Yeah, I don't like
What
that.
the fuck?
I don't like
Wait,
that.
what's this?
That's what I'm saying. Those things.
What the fuck? Is that to hold on?
No, it's got some kind of
Do
controls.
you hold on to
Pretend it's a motorcycle.
I don't like that little column in the middle where you can put your hands.
Yeah.
Kind of matches the door. No.
Go down. I think that's cool as shit.
The new Toyota, yeah, that shit's badass.
I think that's cool as shit. Where you flip a seat and you kind of flip off the driver and be like, you drive and we're gonna talk.
I don't think that's what that's for, but I think that's for your
That's
feet, right?
class.
Yeah, it's for your feet. Mercedes, yeah. That's
Gordon
cool as
Murray
shit.
Automotive.
That's a center cockpit shit.
Yeah.
That's like a dream like experience for me. I want to like, when I'm ever like with an extreme amount of money, I'm gonna have a shop build me a custom tube chassis.
Subaru.
No, fuck Subaru. It's gonna be like this big ass tube chassis buggy.
You don't need that. The
That-
Lithuanian company actually makes the fucking car. You can drop whatever the fucking engine you want in it
No,
for
bro,
$15,000.
I don't. Fuck that.
It's a sports car.
No, fuck that. You don't know what. Listen.
Oh, fine.
It's gonna be
Have
like
you
a
guys
tube
ever-
chassis buggy that the driver's seat is in the center,
Okay.
right? And then there's 4 seats behind it, like a side by side thing. But
So
tube
you're gonna-
chassis low to the ground,
Yeah.
and it'll be a big
So
ass
you're gonna be
LS
like
twin
the-
turbo.
I
So you're
saw
gonna
a
be Busch
car.
Gardner's train driver.
Yeah, but it's gonna go super fast.
I saw a car that I didn't see, that I've never seen before.
A
the other day.
Saab.
A Saab you've never seen before?
No,
My
I've
buddy
never
Dennis
seen
had one.
Yeah,
Saabs
see
are
that.
big. Yeah, Saabs
You know
are
what's
big.
funny is
They're
the Saabs
horrible.
you see around here. A lot of like, for example, that one right there. It's like basically a Subaru.
That one, yeah, but the newer ones,
Not
bro.
that's something else. Those.
No, those I don't know, but I know the one my buddy Dennis had. She had more fucking issues with that car than anything.
I think it's Saab that has like the same motor as my car.
And it's a
One of
Swiss
them.
car.
Yeah, it's a Swiss car. Go back to that article that we were on.
Hold on.
Yeah, to go down. What do we got here? Yeah,
G-Class?
G-Class. Yeah,
But I've heard that these
they're
cars
rough as shit.
are
The
pretty
tractors.
bad.
Yeah, they're tractors. When you close the door, it sounds like you close the tractor door. Clank.
Oh, big and heavy, right?
Maybach.
Yeah, bro, it's a Maybach.
And they're showing you the back seat because the front nobody give a shit about.
Yeah, you don't sit in the front. Whoever owns this car doesn't sit in the front.
You know
Hyundai,
what? I give it to Hyundai. Sorry, but I give it to them.
I mean, it looks cool.
Clean
It looks
cut, cool.
It looks futuristic as fuck.
Yeah.
I
I will say that.
don't
Very
like this.
minimalistic.
It looks like a fucking shitty LED screen.
I fuck with it.
Well, that's a computer render. This is not the real car. I think that's a computer render. So
I don't know. It
Even-
says 42 grand. Not bad.
yeah.
Still Hyundai. The
BMW
X7.
Mark 7.
X7. Yeah. That's the SUV, like their big SUV.
Too much, man. You're paying too much for that car. Sadly, 82 grand is too much.
Those cars are pretty fucking cool though.
They are.
I've been in one.
See, but like, what does the SQ8 cost?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy either one. I would not buy
But I'm
either
saying
one.
comparative.
Actually, I take it back. It wasn't in this
About
what
the
is-
car.
same. They're about the
It
same.
was,
Wiggy, what's an SQ8 cost?
It's probably a $2,000 difference.
SQ8. No,
No,
it's
it's
an
a
Audi.
Audi. Price. Here's the price. But this is gonna be
96, so it's a little more.
yeah. But this is their sport version, right? X7 is not their sport version. It would be the MX7M would be their sport version. So that one is gonna be probably like right around that price.
Right, that's true.
So, bro, Genesis, again, that screen, they could have done something about it, but it looks
Yeah,
good.
I don't like the setup of the whatever you would call that, of the cluster of like the controls. Basically, I don't like it.
That's a screen.
They fucked up down here because it doesn't look symmetrical at all.
Yeah,
You
well,
have
yeah.
you have a big rectangle on top, and then you just have two fucking weird ass circles to the side.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like,
fan.
Why would you have a fucking rectangle?
Yeah, the
and a
screen needs to
fucking
be in a
oval-
fucking lower.
oval or circular.
Yeah, that shit needs to just all be together.
Yeah.
Like one big ass screen. Like fuck, man. People don't realize Tesla did some shit, man. Just copy it. Fuck, it works. Like,
And he letting you copy it too. You know what I mean? Acura Integra, the new one.
and you
I
know they
guess.
all don't want to do it just because it's gonna be like Tesla, bro. Fucking do it.
Acura Integra is just a copy of a fucking Civic. I mean, like, I don't know what they say, and it's cool. Like, you should have put Honda Civic and slash Integra.
No, because Acura is supposed to have a different interior and
Come on, bro, it
much
looks
different
exactly like a fucking
No,
Civic.
it's not exactly the same.
7 Series, this is their 4-door sedan. Again, back seats only because who cares about the driver? That's your Audi right
A8.
there.
That's
Mhm.
a pretty cool thing right there.
Yeah, that's their sedan. You know, I always liked how they have 2 screens in Audi. Like, see, this one looks much better because it's got like the fucking thing in the middle. But then Land Rover, whoever buys Land Rover,
Wasting their money from what I've heard.
yes, 100%. Kia Telluride, bro.
That's pretty cool for a Kia, bro. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
That's actually very well done.
For
yeah.
a Kia,
For a Kia
That's
SUV
nice.
at fucking $37,000.
and that interior actually matches. Looks pretty cool. We wouldn't if you didn't put Kia badging. I wouldn't think it's a Kia.
Lincoln
bro.
Navigator looks
Um,
pretty decent.
This
I
is
mean,
old people, straight up old people shit right here. Look, they even still got the cupboards, bro. Come on. Oh my god. Double armrest, a vet. Yeah, I love the vet, man. The cockpit
So-
style vet. That shit's badass.
Vet is nice for the driver. Notice the fucking passenger. They have nothing.
Non-existent.
Bro, who gives a
Nothing. Yeah,
who gives
nothing.
a fuck about
Yeah,
that?
you sit there and you shut the hell up and you appreciate that you're in this car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, vet looks nice. The whole cockpit.
That
style.
looks cool. That's that new Honda. They
Honda?
made the little tiny Honda.
That's pretty fucking cool. Man, you know what I want? I want a K truck. You know what a K truck is? The little Japanese
Oh
trucks.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking. This looks like a very tech bro car. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
he
you
works
code
at
for- yeah,
or he
at
works
Google.
He
This
works
looks
at
like a
Google.
This looks like a cubed ass car.
It is.
It
It is
is.
a little
It-
cube DOS car.
Yeah, not my type.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a VW, but like a better put together VW.
I mean, it's Honda, so you can rely on it.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
for
a
sure.
Golf, but better Golf.
It's this.
It does look like a better Golf at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not that big. I thought it was like
No,
big.
it's tiny. This one is.
Okay, cool.
Tiny. BMW
How much is
Alpina,
that? Scroll up, Mickey. How much is that Honda?
I don't.
34,000
they
estimated.
Put the price
okay.
out already.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Estimated price. So
45,000 euros.
euros. 45,000.
It's all good. They said 35 was estimated. We'll see. I guess when it comes
yeah,
out.
when it comes out. That Alpina version. So this is gonna be the souped up BMW 8 Series, most likely.
Yeah,
I'm
looks
guessing.
like it.
Um,
Volvo.
Volvo. I mean, it's a fucking Volvo, bro.
That is just plain.
Hey, I heard they got some Volvos that are new that are fast.
Posters.
I don't know about the.
Yeah,
what that
Polestar,
is.
like newest Polestar sports car that's coming up, fucking looks mean. Mazda, really? One of the cool interiors?
No, bro. Come
I
on.
think they're
this
just
is-
fucking listing cars at this point.
Yeah, bro. Come on. This isn't a fucking.
Tesla. I mean,
There
I
you go.
agree.
See, why can't anyone just get this big ass fucking screen?
And
Like,
call it a day, bro. Everything is on a damn screen. Nothing extra.
I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
I have a bone to pick with Tesla, though. They
Bentayga.
could have made that shit a little bit less noisy.
What the driving
The
experience?
Tesla,
Well, I mean,
it's fucking noisy.
in
In a highway. Or anywhere, really. Ben,
but you got the cheapest one, didn't you?
well, yeah, but
But-
they're all the same.
All the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the
The
X
installation
and
is
the,
not-
the
yeah.
X and the S are just as
Yeah, you hear
noisy.
you fucking feel the road. You hear the road, and
From what I've heard, they're pretty quiet.
well, they're quiet. You don't feel a fucking engine, but then
No,
when
I'm
you
saying
drive-
like that too. The not hearing the tires in the road, like they got the special tires and shit that they're not supposed to make as much noise.
Pagani.
Yeah,
Utopia.
because this is just a piece of art, literally inside. This is a piece of art as a car. It's a fucking Pagani, bro.
Would you buy this or the other car that had a middle cockpit?
The middle cockpit. I don't even know what the brand of the middle cockpit is, but I'd buy that just for the experience. of that
Bugatti
shit.
Chiron.
Chiron.
I say Chiron.
Okay.
I'm American.
I like the way it
Is
splits
that
the
how the
driver.
Europeans say it?
Chiron. I think that's how they say
Chiron.
it.
That's how you say it. Yeah.
I
I
like
thought it
how
was Chiron.
No,
I like how it's
Chiron sounds better.
it does, Miggy. I
He's like,
how
shut
it's-
the fuck up.
Yeah, I like how it splits the driver and a passenger, and then it just kind of connects into the mirror. You know what I mean? It's like a very like smooth.
If you got one of
transition.
these and you don't got the Jacob and Co Bugatti watch, you're lacking.
yeah,
You gotta have both.
you're not a top G.
And that's it.
You're not a top G. Oh shit! Oh, that's perfect. You guys want to?
Well, we
keep
got
going?
one more article. Go to something interesting and more controversial. We didn't do any
What do you have
relationship
that's
shit.
controversial for today?
Shit.
We didn't do any
You don't wanna
relationship
save- You don't want to
stuff.
save that for next time?
What controversial topics do you have for today?
Keep going. I had a couple of them.
That's other stuff that I've looked up. This is what he had open.
Well, then go back to the Discord. I had some shit we can talk about.
Save it for Thursday. I'm hungry as fuck.
Bruh, right there. Click on that. 5 tiny secrets that will make you happier than 98% of the other couples.
Your tango sucks dick.
It does.
We know these articles suck dick.
They
Jay.
do, and this is
Come
why
on.
they're great to talk about. Learn how to communicate.
Yeah, no shit. God damn
who,
it, Jay.
who wrote the article? Who wrote the article?
Esther Bilbao.
Esther Bilbao. So I can. Well, she's Chinita. She might.
Shut up, Jay.
She might be intelligent.
That was your assumption there?
Hmm?
Establish respect
each other's boundaries.
Spend quality time together. Show your love and appreciate your partner. Solve your problems together.
Okay, fine. This is dumb. But here's a thing. Here's a controversial thing that I heard about. There's a like the way. So when a guy makes a mistake, he says, "I'm sorry that I made this mistake," and they fix their behavior. They don't do it anymore. They fix their behavior. When the girls say "I'm sorry," they're not necessarily sorry because of the behavior. They're sorry what emotions that caused in a guy, and they want to explain it in a different way to convince you that that was correct. What do you think about that? Do you think that holds water?
I think that's bullshit. That both men and women do that. Both of those things, vice versa, all the time.
No, when somebody fucks up,
listen,
they say,
ready?
"I'm sorry."
Look, ready? Listen, just like you said, where vice versa, where a guy will have where they did something, right? They feel bad for how it made them, the person feel, or how they communicated it, or maybe
and then they change their behavior so it doesn't happen again.
Try and change their mind. That happens vice versa, and the other thing happens vice versa.
I don't know, man. I think guys are most of the time they're like, "Sorry, bullshit. I'm gonna change the way I behave."
Both. It's both. There's both. I don't think that holds water. Both men and women do both of those things.
I can't come up with a single example where a girl would change her behavior. I'm just saying.
So women can't change their behavior.
No, they don't.
But men can.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, it's they have to be like that.
Have to be like what? You're talking about what extreme behaviors are gonna do? Like, come on.
Not extreme behavior. Like, they'll say something or they'll do something, they'll upset you, and then they'll try to fucking explain and rationalize why you shouldn't get upset, as opposed to changing that behavior.
It sounds like they're trying to prove their...
That sounds like a narcissist ass bitch. Is what that sounds like.
Well, a lot of them have narcissistic tendencies.
Yeah, well, my girl ain't like that.
Well, your girl is 1 in a fucking million. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pause. On a baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I think a lot of women out there have narcissistic tendencies. They all want to be talking to new women. They all want to be treated like princesses.
Find yourself some new women, Jay.
I mean, you're saying find yourself new women. It has nothing to do with finding yourself new women. I'm just saying a lot of them like to be treated like princesses without offering it, reciprocating in any way. Because they're kind of used to that treatment. Because if you don't do it, some other simp will. You know what I mean? So I think they don't have to change because the society is not enforcing that on women. If anything, we're saying, go girl, you're a queen.
I don't know. I don't have that problem.
Well, see, you gotta think outside the box, my friend. It's not just you. I'm talking about in general.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know what advice to give you, my friend.
No, it's not an advice. I just want your opinion on it. Like, what do you guys think about it?
I don't believe that that's necessarily true with all women. So,
no, like, when did I say all women? I say a lot of them. A majority of them.
I don't necessarily believe that's true with the majority of women either.
So you think there's only like a small percentage of women that does that?
No, I think there's a lot of narcissistic women out there. A lot, but it's not majority.
Do you think there's more not narcissistic women? I don't agree with that there's a lot of narcissistic women or men.
Yes,
I agree that there's a lot of people with narcissistic tendencies.
Okay.
Now, do you think there's
entitled for certain things?
Do you think there's more women that have narcissistic tendencies or men?
Women, yeah.
What about you, Miggy? What do you think?
Woman.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement on this one.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
you got your point across.
Yes,
Jay?
I did. Okay, now we can close out.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you everyone who came to watch.
I have to bring a little bit of spice.
Check out Vitality, guys. Make sure to get your credit.